fire. Now let's have a look at those ranges with suppressor. As you can see, once again, just like with the assault rifles, not much of a decrease. For the most part, it's a 10% decrease to your range. But once again, we have one exception here, and this was the headshots. So you guys can see the standard ranges there. The MX-9 has sort of like a medium range, whereas the GKS has a very, very long range for an SMG. That was actually kind of ridiculous. That one really surprised me. And then the SOG 9mm doesn't have the greatest ranges out there, but it makes up for that when it comes to rate of fire. Now let's have a look at those ranges with suppressor. As you can see, once again, just like with the assault rifles, not much of a decrease. For the most part, it's a 10% decrease to your range. But once again, we have one exception here, and this was the GKS at those longer ranges. This once again gets a 14% reduction for some weird reason. Again, not a massive reduction to your range.
Call Sergio M.
Of course, but it also reminds me a little bit of the ACR for the fact that it...
You already know how this is gonna go down.
What's good?
Hello?
Dude, they fucking suck.
Huh?
They fucking suck.
Who?
Glenn and fucking Jero.
Oh, you're playing with them?
Yeah, bro, I was playing with them like early, a couple games ago, bro. They fucking have like a 0.3 and a 0.4. I'm like, you niggas fucking suck.
I could at least go like that maybe like...
Bro, my KD is 5.5.
Maybe a 2.0 or 3.0.
Bro, my shit is 1.55.
No, for the game, not my physical. My game is 2.5.
But true, what the fuck can I do with a 0.4? Like, I can't do shit with that.
I'm not gonna snipe. I'm not gonna snipe my first game. I'm just gonna use AR and SMG and shit.
Enemy spot.
So what's more dominant in the game of SMG?
Definitely motherfucking assault rifles.
Soul rifles, really?
Yes. Them bitches are like, the assault rifles are so much more like, got more versatile than SMG. But up close, SMG is better, but long range, ARs are busting ass.
ARs can bust the SMG's ass too, to be honest.
They can, but at the same time, it's like, the certain ones have damage. It's only like certain, it's only like certain motherfucking, what's it called? SMGs that work.
But now ARs are always going to be a little better than me. ARs.
I mean, shit, why wouldn't you use AR if you got a motherfucking...
Yeah, you can use it up close, but you want to use it at mid-range.
True. Yeah, SMGs don't do shit at medium to assault range. Well, some of them got range, but like, it's never as much. The damage drop off is too much. Yeah, the damage drop off BBS.
They got the damage off?
Now I'm saying it'd be like a damage drop off sometimes. With SMGs, that'd be like, there really doesn't make it do shit.
So are the maps big or are they small?
I mean, it's like some repeat maps, but it's a lot of medium to wide, big size, big ass maps. It's lucky lit. I'm not gonna front. Fuck, it's high key lit. Fuck they mean.
I'm really on for it, man.
I feel I'm getting this shit, but I got double XP. That's another reason I'm fucking double XP. You get double XP for buying a case of Monster Energy drink. Yo, ass get like 30 minutes. You get like 2 days worth of XP, double XP. I'm using that bitch right now, going fucking crazy.
I'm at work. I'm about to leave this thing. I gotta take my phone away, alright?
Alright, I'm about to fucking keep busting ass. Oh my god, move, bitch.
same charge.
Enemy RCXD in your AO.
Move it.
Friendly TAC deploy beacon offline.
Recon kill.
We're all over 'em. Take the win.
They're gone.
Hostile TAC deploy beacon online.
Drop. Kill.
Lighting up targets. To the victor, the spoils.
Recoil. Usually scars have recoil, this one does not. So high damage or slow fire rate, yes, you may lose some gunfights up close, think of faster fire rates, but if you play this gun strengths, you will do well. So let's start off with attachments. Now, like I've said before, attachments are key in this game, and perks aren't as important in this game as attachments are, in my opinion. First of all, the iron sight on this gun, or the default sight, which I call the iron sight, is like the Scar H. And I personally have always, used red dots on the Scar in previous CODs, so that's what I run in this game. As far as options for your basically your optic, all you have is reflex, which is basically a red dot sight. Then you have a recon scope, a holographic, a dual zoom, and a threat detector. So a bunch of BS stuff that probably will do better on LMGs or snipers or maybe even tactical rifles. But for now, it would be between red dot and ELO. But ELO is not available for this weapon, so it's red dot automatically. Attachments are probably the most important thing in a class setup. And for attachments, what I run and what I showed myself running in my video yesterday was to run high caliber, which increases damage to headshots, and then to run long barrel, which of course will increase your damage fall off ranges. So people that are farther away, it'll take one less bullet or maybe even two less bullets on super duper far people to kill them. And then fast mags, reload faster, right? So in my opinion, fast mags is the one that you need on this gun. You 100% need fast mags on this gun, even though it does have a slow fire rate. I find that the dilemma between healing yourself and reloading in this game is a big deal, and that's why I run fast mags. I've said that before. But then those other two attachments, high caliber and long barrel, this is what I do with them, okay? So if I talk about it right now, your available attachments are, for this gun, I'll read it, all of them are high caliber 1, high caliber 2, and for high caliber 2. And high caliber 2, it's a new thing where you basically have two versions of attachments, and it's new to Black Ops 4. In order to run high caliber 2, though, you need to have high caliber 1 equipped. So I'd have to swap out long barrel. I couldn't swap out high caliber 1 for 2, so I swap out long barrel. And high caliber 2 gives you increased damage to the upper chest. So this is more ideal for maps where it's more closer range. So then if you run into a close gunfight, you just hit them in the head or that upper chest, and you're literally doing more damage, so you can take them out. So that's my opinion on that. It's a red dot, high caliber, fast mags, and then that third attachment there, or that fourth, I guess you could say, with the red dot, you're going to have to run primary gunfighter 1 on your wild cards, so it'll basically use 2 slots to use that, if that makes sense. But it's either going to be high caliber 2 or long barrel, depending on the map. I would switch those out. Next, let's talk about secondary weapon. For a secondary weapon on this gun, I run absolutely no secondary because I really don't think that you guys need it, especially especially because, like I said, you have fast. You have the ability to punch your enemies, and this gun is just so strong you really don't need it. As far as gear, I run acoustic sensor. I've talked about why I love acoustic sensor before, but I'll mention it here because this is my first episode into the series. Enemy movements are easier to hear, plus they also show up on your mini-map, right? And it shows up on the 6th sense. You'll see in this gameplay, or these gameplays, what the acoustic sensor does for me, and I think that is the best gear to run on assault rifles. What you sacrifice is you sacrifice the stim shot, which means that you can't heal instantly every single time, but the heal still takes like less than a second, and the delay, like you can't double heal, you have to wait like 1 or 2 seconds for it to refresh, but you usually shouldn't be getting in sticky situations like that anyway with this AR, so that's why I find acoustic sensor to be the best. Now, with acoustic sensor, I also pair that with perk 3, now we're getting into the perks, perk 3 breed, or not breed, perk 3 dead silence, sorry, just one perk 3 dead silence. The reason for that is, now that enemies' footsteps are louder here and acoustic sensor shows them on the map, I use dead silence, which actually counters that. So with dead silence, I get to move quietly and resist detection from acoustic sensor. The cool thing about that is, number one, moving quietly on my end makes it easier for me to hear enemies, also makes it harder for them to hear me, or very, very difficult for them to hear me, and also resist detection to the acoustic sensor. Perks in this game aren't too good, but I honestly think Dead Silence is one of the best perks in the game, which is weird because in previous CODs, Dead Silence was one that you'd probably only use in like Free-for-All or, you know, SND or TDM or something like that. But I think Dead Silence is great for all game modes, man. I'm playing Domination, I'm playing Control, and I'm dominating by using Dead Silence. As far as other perks, perk 1, we're going to run Scavenger, just to replenish ammo to be able to go on streaks. Engineer, Flak Jacket, Tac Mask, I find none of those to be very useful at this point in the game. There's not too many explosives flying around or equipment because a lot of people are just using what comes with their specialist, so that's what I run for that. And then perk 2 is going to be lightweight. Sculptures can be great because you can move faster while crouched and prone. If you've ever played Blackout, you know how good of a perk that is. However, I think that's better on setups where you don't have dead silence, right? Because crouching makes you move quieter, but if you already have that built in, why even bother crouching? So I go with lightweight as my perk 2 to be able to run faster. I think gunflow and dexterity are good as well, probably better on SMGs, and lightweight is what I'm rocking. So the full class setup I will show up on the screen right now, as you guys can see. Remember that I am going to be customizing and changing either high caliber to long barrel like I did in my other video, or running high caliber 2 depending on the map. I do think that one thing is when you're running those, and I want to talk about, you know, there's some strategy in this too. I mean, it is Call of Duty, is a point-and-shoot shooter, but because this game is like 150 health, there is some strategy to it, and you have to make sure you are aiming just for that upper side of the enemy when you are rocking both of those. Now, a lot of people probably want to know about one thing else also, which is what specialist should you run with this one? Personally, I think this class setup is all around knowledge, and it's all around using that acoustic sensor, dead silence, getting knowledge of your enemies, and then taking them out. And that's why I like to run Recon, which is just my favorite as of right now. That may change, but Recon gives you the vision pulse every once in a while, which is your specialist ability, which shows for the whole team, I believe. So it's just a complete, so overpowered, that thing. Sensor dart you also get, which is great to put down in their spawns, and works a lot like the motion sensor, or the portable, what's it called? Portable radar from MW3. I should know what it's called because that was like my favorite thing, got me so many Moabs, and you can run that with the sensor dart, and then that's basically it. It's pretty easy to use. Recon, it basically intel wins wars, expose your foes' movements to your team with a powerful intelligence. It's true, the sensor dart and recall show for your team, so really overpowered at this point. I could see that getting nerfed in the future, but I think this class up is great, and it's great for your mid levels. And if you're looking for an assault rifle standard class up to stick with, this is one that I think will work out great, especially this early on in the game. Drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new. Have a great night, and I'm out. Peace. Thanks for all the support, guys. See you in the next video.
Seraph gone.
Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin, and welcome back to another Call of Duty Black Ops 4 video. Tonight's video